Pacific with the Kings. The Rockets are trying to stay alive in the Western Conference playoff picture. It's Shaq against Yao, the Lakers and Rockets here on TNT. Good evening, everyone, with Doug Collins, Kevin Harlan. Great to have you with us tonight. This is the 6th meeting between these two giants in the middle, Doug. What have you noticed in the previous 5 meetings?
Well, the confidence is continuing to grow in Yao Ming. Every time he plays against Shaq, he gets a little bit more comfortable. One of the things that the Lakers try to do is they try to get Yao in foul trouble as soon as possible. I talked to Jeff Van Gundy before the game. You see the numbers here. Yao's averaging 31 points a game against the Lakers over the last 2 games. Shaq has been brilliant, but what the Lakers try to do is they try to get that ball deep post position to Shaq, and he uses his muscle. On the other hand, for Houston, they try to get Yao Ming on the move a little bit more so that Shaq can't body him and get him out of the paint. So little jump shots, little jump hooks, those are the things to watch. But Yao Ming cannot win a wrestling contest with Shaquille O'Neal, and he must stay out of foul trouble.
Let's take a look now at our McDonald's starting lineups here in Los Angeles tonight. And for the Houston Rockets, they go with Coutinho, Mobley, and Francis, with Jackson and Maurice Taylor and Yao Ming in the center. And for the Los Angeles Lakers, who come in at 51 and 23, Kobe Bryant with Gary Payton, Rick Fox, and Karl Malone up front, and in the middle, of course, Shaquille O'Neal. And Karl Malone, since his return, has given this team this 9-game winning streak, and they're playing as a team the best basketball of the season.
Well, he does a great job of moving the basketball, and you can see they're 28 and 6 with him in the lineup this year. Last 2 games, 15 and 10.5 rebounds. He had 9 assists, no turnovers the other night against New Orleans. But he's a very good defender, does a nice job moving the basketball, makes the open shot, and is playing so unselfishly. It's really filtered down through all the Lakers. And Shaq the other night after the game said he's the soul of our team. He's our glue, and he's played spectacular basketball in his return here. They've really needed him during this stretch, Kevin.
Our officials tonight, Derek Stafford along with Steve Javie and Leon Wood. Leon Wood used to play in the NBA, and here's Kobe Bryant. And since the All-Star break, Bryant has been spectacular. A fumble right there by Payton in the first turnover for the Lakers.
Well, you can see Shaquille O'Neal out on the floor a little bit. Phil Jackson experimented with this the other night in the game a little bit and let Malone get into the post.
Outside, it's Jimmy Jackson with the shot. A rebound by Gary Payton. Jackson has been invaluable for the Rockets. And here comes Payton, 16th in assists coming into tonight against the Rockets.
That's the shot that Malone can hit. That's a problem that causes the Rockets. They do not defend the other big men for the Lakers that way. They have to get out and guard him. It creates space for Shaq in the post.
You mentioned that the Lakers have won 9 straight. Here's Yao back to Mobley with a wide open lane to go in for 2.
Well, Yao's an excellent passer, and he's just his instincts. You can see, Kevin, he's getting better and better, more confident, and that's a real key with big men is their confidence.
Here's Shaquille O'Neal, the All-Star MVP. Fox to Gary Payton with the shot clock down to 9. Steve Francis watching Payton, and there's Malone once again with Taylor coming up on him, and Kobe with the hook and a rebound by Jackson.
Now the Rockets are a very good defensive team, and they feel very good about being able to, in this half-court offense, know the trigger points of the offense. Remember Jeff Van Gundy now coached in New York against Phil Jackson when he was with Chicago.
Yao hitting a nice spinning back pedaling shot on Shaquille O'Neal. The first 2 for Yao Ming. Houston comes in having lost 2 of their last 3. In 7th place in the Western Conference coming into tonight as Malone takes it inside on Taylor and gets his own miss. He'll go to the free throw line.
The key to basketball is pass and cut. You see Kobe goes for the shot block and gets out of the way, and then the little quick give and go, and then Yao in the post. This is a great move, the little footwork. Creates distance, and that little fading jump shot. And we're 7-7, and you keep the ball up that high. That's a very difficult shot to block, and he's worked very hard all season long with Patrick Ewing. Remember, that was Patrick's little move on that baseline when he was in New York, that fading jump shot.
Yao Ming picked up the foul on the great numbers for Karl Malone, who has missed 39 games this season with a bad knee. A knee that he does not use to have a brace or any kind of a wrap on that knee. I think the team would like that, but he says, I don't want to wear it.
Well, you know, when the first time you get hurt as a player, it's so difficult because Karl has sort of been indestructible throughout his career. It's the first time he's had to go through a serious injury.
And he falls down, trying to knock the ball away. Shot clock is at 8. Here's Steve Francis, who is averaging almost 20 points a game over the last 5. Taylor to Yao Ming over O'Neal, and a rebound by Fox. And Kobe the other way for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's at 25 points a game and the 4th leading scorer. Here's Shaq with the reverse inside.
You could just tell that Shaq, so much conversation the last few games that he and Yao Ming have played against each other. He wants to come out, win the game, and win this matchup.
Right now, Yao is up 3 games to 2 on Shaq in their previous 5 meetings. Yao just hit from there, and that skips across with Malone trying to grab it, and the Rockets retain it. We're approaching 9 to play in the first quarter. Cuttino Mobley going inside to Yao. Good steal by Kobe Bryant. A little spin move on Francis in a thicket of Rocket defenders and makes it go.
Well, Kobe Bryant has been playing the best basketball of the year over the last month. He's been player of the week in the Western Conference twice. Shaquille O'Neal once. I think that just tells you about how well these two guys now are playing as the season's coming to an end.
Both the Rockets and Lakers 2 of 5. A beautiful.
This is a big time for their franchise.
And they haven't made it in 5 seasons. And Doug, there's got to be some concern if you're a Rocket player and a part of that administration. Will our team freeze? Will they have enough gumption to go along? The kind of gumption that can be supplied like
here with Shaq. You could see that game here. He was the MVP. He took that and rode the backdoor cut by Gary Payton, but rode the energy of that game. You know, these guys have played a lot of games over the last 5 years, Kevin, and now they see the end is very close. More importantly, they see they've got an opportunity to have the best record in the West. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that would have been not even a thought. Now they win tonight. They're tied with Sacramento. A strong finish. They have the best record in West, and they feel like their destiny's in their own hands. So these are pro guys who are very excited now about the finish of this season. And you know, Phil Jackson now can sort of sit back and say, you know what, this is the time of the year where I can work on X's and O's, and the players are going to be excited to play.
Yeah, they can smell the finish.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're all veteran players. These guys have been around a long time.
After that timeout, neither team made a substitution. Here comes Stevie Francis, an all-star starter. Rebound by Shaq, who Doug has been rebounding like a demon, but throws it away after he gets the ball.
He had a 26-rebound game the other night against Milwaukee, but I think if you look at his game, that's the biggest improvement. His points are down, but his rebounding has been up.
It's Maurice Taylor out of Michigan who nails the long on Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, they've got to dig back and get some help because Weatherspoon is strong, but Shaq is just going to be able to elevate over the top of that. So on that dribble, they're going to have to get back there, force Shaq to try to pick that ball up and pass it.
So the Lakers are 3 of 13 from the field, and the Rockets are 53% from the floor. That's another Rocket turnover. The Lakers have numbers, and Derek Fisher. Rebound by Cuttino Mobley.
Now, if the Rockets have a weakness, they will turn the ball over. Kevin, they turn it over almost 17 times a game. Already on 4 screen rolls here, they've turned the basketball over in the first period.
Turnovers have been the problem for this Rocket team all season. Nice pass, Oakley into Mobley.
Charles Oakley is a brilliant basketball player. This guy has toughness. He has great hands. And, you know, Kevin, I had a chance to coach him twice, and he's one of the smartest basketball players I've ever been around.
Here's Fisher to Fox to Karl Malone. They go inside. There's a Laker turnover. And now they've got 4. Jimmy Jackson, who played at Ohio State and drafted high by the Dallas Mavericks, bumping and grinding into Fox. Nice shot by Jimmy Jackson.
That's a matchup right there. You talk about 2 physical players, Rick Fox and Jimmy Jackson. Now, Jimmy Jackson, 1 year with Dallas, averaged almost 26 points a game. So this is a guy in his career who's put big points on the board. Rockets
have their biggest lead of 7, back down to 5 with Karl Malone hitting his first.
To Karl Malone back, those 2 guys on the front line, but 7 15-plus rebound games in that 24 stretch. Kevin, when he gets 15 or more rebounds, the Laker team is 15-0. And you can see him tonight. He's off to a good start. Really the difference in the game, the Lakers 10 of 13 from the free throw line. The Rockets have no points at the free throw line. So we'll have to keep our eye on the free throw line as this quarter goes.
Doug, no free throws, like you say, for the Rockets, and only 1 rebound for Shaq so far. We begin the second quarter. Yao Ming with a couple fouls in the game. Let's set the Los Angeles Lakers for you. Kobe Bryant with Fisher, Devin Georgian for the first time. Medvedenko wide open 2, and Shaq beneath. That's the Laker 5.
It's a tough matchup now because you've got Yao trying to guard Medvedenko on the perimeter, because with him having 2 fouls, it's tough for him to guard Shaq. So this is a very difficult time for the Rockets now with foul trouble.
So Yao Ming is in the middle, and he has the ball. Just got it from Jimmy Jackson out there with Mark Jackson, Weatherspoon, and Coutinho Mobley. This is Yao Ming. Rebound by Weatherspoon. Great offensive rebounding. Corkscrews up for 2.
Well, he's such an undersized player as a power forward, but he's got a huge heart, and he's got great strength. He's very compact. When he gets that lower body into you, he can find a way to create space for that rebound.
First quarter, the Rockets shot 52%. Lakers shot 27% from the floor. Here's Kobe Bryant. And Kobe now has 7 points, and he is 2 of 5 from the field.
That's very difficult to try to defend. You've got to really try to fight over the top of that little handoff on that little elbow area. Kobe's a master of that.
Nice pass over Medvedenko. Jackson to Coutinho Mobley, who has had a blistering start. 17 points for the Rockets.
Well, Medvedenko's got to help on that cut. Kobe got screened. Medvedenko's got to step back there and take the cutter, take away that easy score. But I like what Mobley's doing. He's mixing his game up. Kevin, he's getting some layups, not just living at that 3-point line.
Lakers have won 9 consecutive games coming into tonight. The shot clock at 4. Kobe down the lane. A majestic move by Kobe Bryant. Well, Mobley has scored 11 of Houston's last 15 points. Rockets lead by 3. They've been up by 7. Lakers have been up by as many as 2. Yao Ming in this game, a meager 1 of 6 from the floor and a couple of fouls.
Well, every shot has been contested, and they've been out on the floor. You've seen nothing in the lane with him. One little jump hook, but every shot contested by Shaquille O'Neal.
Piakowski is now in for the Houston Rockets. Nice feed. Kobe Bryant into Medvedenko, bopping around. Piakowski with the rebound, the ex-Clipper. And here comes Mark Jackson, one of the top assist men in the history of the NBA.
He has 10,000 assists, but only John Stockton.
Did you see that pass? Did you see that pass by Jackson?
That's how you get over 10,000 assists.
And usually Piakowski, a great long-range sharpshooter, nails those. Kobe Bryant slashing inside.
See, nobody to help inside. You have no Kelvin Cato with an injury. You have Maurice Taylor with fouls. You have Yao Ming with 2 fouls. So there's no one really to protect the basket. And if you're the Lakers, just keep driving that ball inside.
Here's Jackson. And Coutinho Mobley's missed his last couple. Finding on Kobe Bryant. Nice ball rotation. Mark Jackson.
Did a nice job taking up slack there. Rather than shoot the long 3, take the little couple bounces and shoot the little mid-range jumper.
Rockets at 47% from the field. Lakers at 36% from the floor. Kobe has scored 6 of LA's last 8. Medvedenko snaps it outside. 3-second violation on Los Angeles.
No, Kevin, just to follow up on the other guys with the 10,000 or more assists, obviously John Stockton and Magic Johnson and Mark Jackson. That's quite a nice company that you're in when you start talking about those 2 players.
You saw Phil Jackson. His contract is being discussed, but he says that the chances of him returning as his contract expires at the end of this year, no better than 50-50.
I think you'll see Phil back. I think that he's a perfect fit here, obviously, with this team. They trust him. They believe in him. They've won championships. So I think you're going to see him around.
That was a difficult shot by Mobley, who has now missed his last 3 in a row.
You know, the one thing with Phil, obviously, you always hope that his health is good. You know, he's had some heart problems.
Good
and
point.
you know, so if his health is good, I think you'll see him back.
Here's Shaq. He's got 6, and now he's got 8 with a rebound and a couple of fouls. Shaquille O'Neal.
He's going to split it, and once Yao is back, and what do? You take it to his body, create space. LA on a 16-6 run. They've taken a 3-point lead. You go up and you just mash the ball with power and speed, or you take it to his body as Kobe just did on this last play, this is the play where he goes on that baseline. Again, Kobe loves on that baseline. But here's the play that just happened. Now watch what Kobe does. Does not expose the ball, jumps in, and looks how he creates the contact, knocks Yao Ming on his heels, and has the ability to hang in the air and the strength to finish that shot. So you either go with power and dunk it, or create space with the bump, but you don't flip the ball at the basket with a shot blocker. That's how you get your shots blocked around the basket.
On the flip side, Phil Jackson says one of the methods of teams guarding Bryant is to challenge him all the time, so he tries to go one-on-one, so he's not the playmaker he needs to be. He doesn't get the team into the offense. He takes the challenge and tries to beat guys on his own, which is frustrating for some of his Laker teammates.
Well, I mean, that's the competitor in him, and he just has to keep that under control. We see Steve Francis with his first field goal to the game. He was 0 for 2 up to that point in time, had not scored a basket. But when you're a competitor like Kobe is, or like a Steve Francis we see on this play, the guy challenges you. Your initial instincts are, I'm going to go at this guy.
Absolutely.
And what you want to do as a coach is put him in a position to attack and to do what they do best, but do it within a team concept where other people aren't standing around watching.
We just saw the first free throw attempted and made by the Rockets tonight. Lakers, in contrast, 10 of 13. Los Angeles has hit their last 4 so far in this quarter. 70%. Malone back in and continues that way. Carl in 13 minutes, 8 with 10 points. Kobe Bryant, Devin George, the Division III score, knocking down the Lakers' first 3-point shot tonight.
Well, he got off to a great start. When they were 18-3, he was playing great basketball, and then with the injuries, his game slid a little bit. He's a guy who plays off the greatness of these stars. When they were out with the injuries, Malone was out, it hurt his game. But when he plays well and makes the open shot, he and Derek Fisher give them an option out there that they need, especially in the playoffs. But there's Gary Payton once again on that baseline. And Karl Malone, he doesn't elevate that high anymore, but he's got great hands and strength. He gets the offensive rebound. And then Devin George, this is what he does, make the spot-up shot. The Lakers are on a 7-1 run and have pushed this lead back to 6. Also know that in their mind they're the best team. So they said, you know what, if we're healthy going in, we're going to win.
Oh, what a pass! As Bryant was trying to spoon-feed Payton. And I mentioned before that every year Kobe Bryant has seen his assist total rise, and he is on that same track again this season. In fact, you were saying, and other people have said this too, he may be the second half of the season MVP.
I would agree with that. Right now he's playing his best basketball. You can see the life in his body. See that spin move? See the electricity in that move? You didn't see that early in the year, Kevin.
Gary Payton had it rejected by Yao.
That is the passing ability of Karl Malone. The ball.
There's Malone feeding Shaq. He's in a vice grip inside and couldn't get the jam. And here's George for 3. When he hits from outside, this.
Who are you going to help off of? You're going to help off of Devin George. Finally, Yao Ming gets something inside. But the guy who's going to get the shots with this group on the floor, if there's any double teaming, is going to be Devin George. And that's why it's important for him to knock the shots down. Early in the year, Kevin, he did. That's one of the reasons why the Lakers were 18-3 during that stretch.
Rockets out there with Yao, Taylor, Francis, Jackson, and Mobley, who began with a 15-point first quarter. That's the 7th turnover for the Lakers. Mobley began 6 of 6, but only 2 of 6 from the field since then.
Well, he's got no layups. Remember how early in the game he was moving without the ball and getting to the basket? Now everything is a jump shot.
Francis wheels inside and then uncovered on the opposite side. A rebound by Devin George. Rebounding in this game, it is right now +8 for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, he can really pass that basketball. I think when you talk about Karl Malone, when I think of his game, I think about the best running power forward in the history of the game and one of the best passing power forwards in the game. Such
a good feel. We've seen some great passes tonight. Yao with a good series of moves to get open, but his shot won't go. Yao Ming is 2 of 10 from the field, 4 points and 1 rebound. Knocked away. Taylor knocked it away as it was intended for Shaq, and Mobley to Jackson. To Yao. What a pass by Jimmy Jackson. Inside as Yao never broke stride.
Well, impressive. Run yourself to some easy baskets. They don't have to work so hard, and that time he just out-sprinted Shaq down the floor.
Here comes Kobe Bryant. He's got a Laker high 13 points and a foul. It's inside on Mobley.
See on the turnover, Shaquille O'Neal back underneath the basket, and Yao Ming, he's not running fast, but he's keeping those legs moving, and then he gets an easy score. And those are the kind of plays.
I like Jeff Van Gundy, but he's not a fighter. But I would just love to see one of those referees just beat the hell out of him one game.
But Jeff is one of the few coaches to actually pull a hamstring.
Look at Patrick. Patrick, no, he don't have to worry about messing up his hair.
Hey, Jeff is one of the few guys to actually pull a hamstring in a bench-clearing brawl, though.
Downtown Los Angeles, the Lakers up by 7. They have led by as many as 8. Rockets had a 7-point lead in the first half. And, of course, on the marquee outside the Staples Center, it's Shaq against Yao.
Well, I just to support what the studio was talking about there at halftime, Magic, you do your work early. You can't let a guy catch the ball where he wants to catch it. And you see you push him out on the floor, then you close down on him and make him put the ball down. Yao loves to catch it and shoot it. This one is off balance, but Shaq has got his body up against him. You see him taking him out on the floor. Look how he closes down on him, makes him put it on the floor. And Yao likes to love to just catch and shoot the ball in rhythm. Here he is trying to get it deep once again. But look where Shaq has him pushed out, and he's contesting all of his shots. So you talk as a coach about don't let the guy get to the sweet spot. Do your work early. Take away his strength, and Shaq has done a nice job of that. He's kept his body on him. The rebounding only 1 by each guy, but 3 of 10 for Yao Ming. Shaquille O'Neal had a good first half with 10 points, period.
Francis, Jackson, and Maurice Taylor, the ex-Los Angeles Clipper.
Well, they need him. He's an offensive force for this team. In the first half, picked up 2 quick fouls, only had 1 field goal, only took 1 field goal attempt. That's a guy that is capable of giving you 16 or 18 points. They're going to need that from him if they're going to beat the Lakers tonight. They need to find some more offense out on the floor.
Lakers on a 4, and finally Payton with a slashing with a little screen on Taylor. Open up that shot. Fox had the rebound, but had it swiped by Francis, playing with some emotion. And off to Coutinho Mobley, who's got a game-high 19 points for the Rockets.
This is almost a mirror image of the first period the Lakers played. Lakers were very sloppy, missing shots. The Rockets were very sharp, and we're seeing the same thing here now in this third period.
Here's O'Neal against Yao Ming. Another rebound by Coutinho Mobley. Rockets on a 12-2 run. Here's Steve Francis, who played a season at Maryland, driving by Bryant. His behind-the-back pass hit the back of O'Neal. It's a Rocket turnover, and you see Payton flying the other way. Malone can't get it. Yao is defending. Here comes Francis the other way with the move on Fox, and he forgot the ball after the move and finally retrieves it.
It's almost a comedy of errors right now.
Well, it is April Fool's Day.
Well, there we go.
Mobley for 3. Good! Coutinho Mobley picking up where he left off in the first half. He's got a game-high 22 points, a couple of threes, and the Rockets are up by 6 points.
See, this is where you love Phil Jackson. He's going, you know what, guys, I'm not going to call a timeout. I mean, you've come out here, you're not ready to play. You're going to have to figure this out yourself.
Rick Fox for 3.
See, when you have championship rings, you can sort of let the guys find a way here, and he was hurt.
Fox has scored the last 5 for the Lakers, who are back to within a point of the Houston Rockets. Red out Coutinho Mobley. Everything he has thrown up basically has gone in. He is 10 of 16. And Kobe, with about 6.5 to play in the third, going the other way for LA. And triple team. And the Lakers now shooting percentage is at 39%. Rockets at 45% as Houston and Mobley come the other way. Mobley scooping it home. And Coutinho Mobley with the game-high 24 points.
Well, Phil's had enough now. He said, we're not talking on the floor defensively. We've got to get this together. We got to regroup. But Coutinho Mobley has been the guy for the Houston Rockets.
3 over the Lakers and about scored them by 10 in this third quarter.
Well, the Lakers 4 for 15 they shot in the first period. They're 2 for 10 in the third quarter, so very similar first and third periods. For the Rockets, one of the things they're doing now, they're making 3-point shots. They were 1 of 5 in the first half, 3 of 4 in this period. So of their 6 field goals, they have 3 threes. So now they're starting to get some of that perimeter shooting that makes them a good team. Again, in their wins, Kevin, they shoot 39% or better from the 3-point line, and now they're starting on pace. They're shooting at 44% now for the game.
Lakers have led by 8. Rockets have led by 7. And we've had 9 lead changes or ties in this game. Shaq spinning on Yao. And Shaq twice going up and can't get it to go. Fox, it's a fresh 24 because obviously it hit the rim. And O'Neal again, more determined than ever. And down goes both Shaq and Yao. And a foul called on Yao Ming, which will be number 3. And he has to be restrained.
How do you referee this? I mean, this action around this rim is fierce. Shaq goes up, he missed a shot, he gathers himself, misses a dunk here. They go back inside to him once again, and he just barrels himself in there. Looks like Yao Ming at the last minute grabbed him. Very fortunate he didn't hurt a knee there. Was in a very, very tough position as he was falling, and Shaq came down on top of him.
Now Yao is on Malone, and Taylor is on Shaq, and Malone gets it to go.
See, the problem you have now is Karl Malone's going to go out on the floor, so your best rebounder, your power player now is taken out on the floor because of 3 fouls. That's where you miss a Kelvin Cato.
Alley-oop for Francis, who goes skyward on a great pass by Coutinho Mobile. Teams from the rugged Western Conference going head-to-head. Kobe just nailed the 3 and thought he was fouled on that shot. To 24 rebounding advantage makes it plus 12 for the Lakers. Second chance point stands out too.
Well, it's 5-0 in this period, so they've not shot the ball well, but they've gotten multiple opportunities, and that's what you have to do, Kevin. You're only shooting 38%. But with the second chance points, as you said, 16-4, they're plus 12 in that area. That's what's keeping them in this game right now.
4 ties, 6 lead changes. Lakers have led by 8. Rockets have led by 7. Yao with a nice spin move on Shaq. And Malone is there to clean the glass. And here comes Kobe Bryant. Malone tonight, 11 rebounds and 12 points. 6th in double-doubles in the NBA. And they go inside, and here's Karl Malone. It's a 2-point miss. Save it, and Lakers ball.
Again, another second chance opportunity. So the Lakers get another shot clock here. A great hustle by Shaquille O'Neal as his rebounding is starting to pick up in this period, but Malone has done the work on the boards.
Malone, Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal now with 12. Last day the Lakers held a share of first place, January 2nd. Lakers have missed 14 field goals. They've missed 15 field goals in this quarter. Kobe Bryant!
Again, another second chance opportunity.
And the Lakers back by 5. With 2.5 to play. Houston has 6 turnovers in this quarter. Francis left uncovered from 2. He's money from there.
Well, he's starting to heat it up. He had a very slow.
1:23 to play in this third. Steve Francis and Gary Payton caught him as he was going up, and a foul on Payton.
See, what you don't realize is the slightest touch on a guy's elbow shooting will take that ball and really misdirect it.
And into Shaq, and he is off. Shaq tonight, 5 of 12, 12 points, 4 rebounds. He's coming off a 15.9 rebound game against New Orleans a couple nights ago in a Laker win. Mobley, Oakley. Rebound by Payton. Uh-oh, and Oakley lost his shoe, so it's 5 on 4. And Malone facing Weatherspoon. And they hack at Shaq inside. 16.8 in the third.
Well, smart play there by Shaq. When you get a guy out of the play, run right to the front of the rim. And then get a good play also by Houston. Don't let him dunk the basketball. Make him make a couple free throws. 5-10 games where you really feel like they're in good sync and everybody's playing well.
Final seconds, third quarter. Francis launching. Kobe has it, and that takes us to the end of 3 in what has been a very entertaining ball game. A rugged game with playoff consequences and a first place at stake, or a share of first place at stake for the Lakers. And Kobe Bryant certainly doing his VA now is that since the All-Star break in early February, there have been few players as productive, as scintillating as Kobe Bryant of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, he just has that fire back, that ability to late in games take over. His all-round game, his defense is up, his rebounding, his assists. He's playing very much a team game. You see him there with the little steals.
Gary Payton, Derek Fisher. Rebound by Weatherspoon.
But Derek is just really struggling right now. You know, I didn't even recognize that he played 7 minutes in the first half. He's sort of been very, very quiet. And I I think they need him for the playoffs. He's been such a big part of this team.
Such a leader. 0-2. Fisher tonight off the bench. Still, I think even at this late stage of the season, trying to find his role on this team. A one-time starter. And there is a foul on Francis, and he
Opportunities, and they've taken 12 more free throws. So the offensive rebounding has been the difference in this game.
Devin George picked up by Piakowski. It's Karl Malone. 40-year-old Karl Malone knocked away inside. Yao Ming has not had a field goal since 1:15 left in the second quarter. Gem from our statistician Pat McGrath. Here come the Lakers the other way.
Shaq picked up that rebound at half court. He was a little bit late getting down. The ball was blocked off the backboard, and he picked it up at the half court area. So that's probably the longest rebound he's ever gotten.
Under 8 to play in the game. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal right into Yao Ming.
Well, Shaq was very upset. He felt like he was fouled the play before. And that one right there was saying, you know what, this one, you're not going to stop.
He looks at you and he says, fouled. I was fouled. Here's Mobley now with the game-high 24 points, weaving his way down the lane and slashing for 2.
Well, his name is Cat, and he was quick as a cat on that play. Just electric. Going to the basket there.
Lakers by 3. He's had 2 outstanding performances on TNT as Mobley. Fisher 0 of 3, and Yao his 8th rebound.
If you're Jeff Van Gundy, you say, you know what, if we could just keep this game close, maybe we can steal it late. It's a one-possession game right now.
Mobley on the fly and off balance. Here's Gary Payton, 7 points and 10 rebounds for Payton tonight.
And they're the king of the overtimes.
Yep, they are. 5 and 2, and their last 3 wins have all been overtime wins. Malone across the lane, floating, bumped. Oh, Malone, 16 points and 13 Laker rebounds.
And Shaq has taken the challenge tonight.
Malone. Rebound by make it Francis.
Every show I saw today on TV was talking about, does Shaq need help guarding Yao Ming? Do they need to double team? Well, I think Shaq has said tonight, I'm going to play him.
And he has. Fisher. Payton. There goes Gary Payton grinding inside.
The turnovers just kill the Rockets. Every time they make a charge, they either give up a second chance basket, a rebound, a second chance opportunity. They turn the ball over, a little fast break, and the Lakers are capitalizing, Kevin, on the mistakes in the lane. And that's what we talked about. You heard Magic Johnson talk about it at halftime. Shaq has done a good job meeting Yao Ming as he's coming down the floor, pushing him off of his sweet spot, making it more difficult for him to catch the ball. And every shot he's taken has been fading away from the basket. You haven't seen those opportunities to get to the boards and get easy scores.
All behind the back and floats. And out of bounds as Francis goes tumbling to the floor.
I don't know that I've seen Kobe this year with this kind of spring in his legs. He really has fresh legs. Watch this, though. He's going to corkscrew on the baseline, gets a shot blocked. He doesn't even really see the basket. Turns, shoots it over the outstretched hands of Yao Ming, but we wind down this season.
Wow, what a long-range shot put in by Steve Francis, and that is
the passer, excellent rebounder, very good defender, and he has come back and solidified this team. He's once again helped them be the defensive team they were to start the season.
Good point. Weatherspoon, and they rotate out to Jackson for 3, and Jimmy Jackson has a double-double. He's got 11 points. Malone to Shaq. 18 for Shaq, and Karl Malone. Doug has got 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Well, you wonder why they call him the glue and the soul of this team. It's plays like that, and you see him. He's talking to Shaq. He's smiling. He's having a good time. He loves to play basketball, and you know, when you're hurt and you can't play, a big part of yourself is taking away from you, Kevin, and you can just see. I mean, he's frisky, and he's having fun out there playing basketball again.
That knee is not 100%, but Malone is back after missing those 39 games. He says it gets better and better every day, but still causes him pain. He's trying to compliment the big man in the middle, Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, you want to get the big man involved, make him happy, give him a couple dunks. And that's exactly what Malone has done. It's a beautiful pass over the top of the basket against the press, and that just about does it.
Do it right there. Lakers got 20 points from Malone, 18 from O'Neal, 24 from Bryant, 11 from Payton. Devin George came off the bench too with 9 big points. And that was some kind of alley-oop attempt by Malone to Shaq. Francis the other way. And they volleyball it, and Payton grabs onto it as he is fouled and clutches onto his 14th rebound with 11 points.
I'm sure one thing that Phil Jackson, as he looks at this tape, the one thing he will not be happy with, the Lakers had 21 turnovers tonight, and their team that normally turns the ball over less than 14 times a game, they're third in the league. So you got to give credit a little bit to the Rockets defense, but the Lakers tried to make a lot of plays tonight that just weren't there. But their dominant rebounding was the difference in the game. It got them to the free throw line. They're plus 15 points at the free throw line. They're plus 23 rebounds, the second chance points. So they're going to shoot under 40% and win this game. They're shooting 37%, they're going to win the game. So we can, get the goal that we want to get.
And I think it's been terrific how Jackson has reincorporated Malone back into the flow of this team. I mean, they've really not missed a beat. They've only improved in virtually every category. And now they have got to be about the most frightening thing that Sacramento, Minnesota, San Antonio have in their rearview mirror, because here comes this Laker team, which is loaded. And they're ready. Obviously, they are very, very ready.
Well, it's like anything else. I always equate it to like the game of golf. When you've got a guy like Tiger Woods who's sort of lurking after the third round, and you go into the fourth round with a lead in the tournament, you keep looking at that leaderboard. And the Lakers, to me, are sort of like Tiger Woods in the third round when he's within contention. You say, I might have the lead, but this guy is right on my shoulder right now. And what happens is you start making mistakes because of the pressure that the teams behind you put on you as you're looking at what they're doing.
For the Rockets, do you fear they're locking up here, Doug?
No, not at all. I thought they played well tonight. They just didn't rebound the basketball, Kevin. They made some costly turnovers. The turnovers have been a problem for them all season long. And I think they've got to just get ready to go tomorrow night. Once again, they're going to Denver. It's not going to be easy. Denver's trying to make the playoffs, so every game from here on in is going to be difficult.
Karl Malone and Gary Payton combined for 32 points and 27 rebounds. Lakers have won 10 straight. Rockets have lost 6 of their last 9 and 3 of their last 4.